to highlight, the statement was on the state of our forest reserves and our water bodies. And the statement was intended to draw the attention of the people of Ghana, the very crisis situation we find ourselves in. And in that statement, I talked about the need for all of us as Ghanaians to come together. I emphasized the importance of making sure that we go forward in the fight against Galamsey as a united front, calling on chiefs, calling on members of parliament, district and metropolitan assembly, the security agencies, and Ghanaians of all walks of life. And the reason that this was so important is that, number one, I made it clear that as we speak today, our forest reserves, 288 of them, 44 is already gone. Wow. Devastated. I talked about how armed gangs have taken over these forest areas and basically destroyed it completely. I talked about the report from the Forestry Commission that says that as we speak today, in 9 of these reserves, they can't even enter these forests. There are no-go areas at all, because armed gangs have not only taken over these forests, they've taken over all the paths leading to these forest areas. In a statement, you see, I even identified the locations where this is happening. I talked about the state of our water bodies, and I brought out the report from the Water Resource Commission that says that the normal turbidity levels for water for us as a country should be from 0 to 500, and says that today all the water bodies in Ghana are between 5,000 and 12,000. And because of that, their machines can't even treat the water we drink. Apart from that, they talked about chemicals, cyanide, and other chemicals that have taken over this, mercury and others, that has made it worse. I think that the medical reports that I can't even collaborate talks about the impact that's translating into deformities in babies that are coming out. And it's that as if on a daily basis, these bad guys are becoming more emboldened and basically finding as if we are helpless as a country. But we believe that there are solutions. I also took the opportunity to say that this fight cannot be a fight that can be waged by the Ministry of Lands. I made it clear that President Mahama has indicated his commitment and said everything he has, the political will be there. Yes. But we can only do that with the people of Ghana. And so we wanted to bring out the problem and to call for an honest engagement. It's not a time for blame game. It's not a time to decide who brought us here. We are here. Now that we are all here and we know what the problem is, time is of essence. And so I'm calling on all of us. I'm happy that the leader also announced this engagement is starting from Parliament, because I believe that the leadership in Parliament must take the lead. And that's why we, in the coming week, will do a conference. Every member of Parliament must take a leadership role in his constituency when it comes to this fight. And the politics must stop at the water's edge when it comes to our fight on Galamsey. And I think that it extends to you, the media, as well. This is the time to basically, not a time for sensationalization. We must really get out to these places and shame and point out and bring these people. Please, please. We are not here to shield anybody. And so let me say it again. It is not as if the MPP guys who are doing this are gone and time for NDC guys. We want to expose these bad guys, anybody who is destroying our water body and our forest and basically making our future basically dim. It's a bad person, period.